All right, welcome, race fans. We are here tonight with Lucky Dog Sim Racing, and they are running the Gen 6 cars at Indianapolis. So this should be a very, very interesting night to see how these guys are doing. Dwayne's been out on the track. Dwayne, what's it feel like to you? Before we go riding along with you, what's it feel like to you?
Well, it's not bad. It is a little loose off of 2 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to watch that. That's going to be the trouble spots tonight. But overall, it's pretty steady. Feels good in the draft. Um, I think we should have a good race tonight.
All right, well, we're on board with you. So whenever you're ready to rock and roll.
All right, let me get in here and get a fresh car. Tires are going to be the key tonight. They've only got 4 sets to work with, and they just wear very quickly here. Most guys will be running less, a full second slower 10 laps in than they do on their first lap. So tire management is going to be key. Track position is key as well. You want to dive it off as deep as you can into these corners. The start finish line, you want to be out by the wall. You want to run it down. Some guys will break at the 1, some guys will break at that light at the end of the wall there. Let the front of the car set, get back on the gas as quickly as you can, and then just barely lift. You can almost flat foot it through 2. Come out to the wall, don't let it scrub your speed. And then pretty much rinse, lather, repeat at this end. Drive it as deep as you can into the corner. Let off till the nose settles. Then you're right back on the throttle. Let it drift out to the wall. Set yourself up for turn 4. Just barely lift, and then you're right back on the throttle. And then you've got the long straightaways that seem like they go on for days. That's a lap around Indy.
Very cool. A little loose right there, huh?
A little bit, but loose is fast.
Yep.
But yeah, on fresh tires, these guys are going to have to worry about the looseness. As they get further into the run, 15, 20 laps on their tires, that's going to turn into a very tight condition. And at that point is probably going to see the field get strung out, guys who save their tires versus guys who burn them up.
Yeah. Zigzag's in chat here, and he says the update made the next gen car much better on the brakes, and the stability is much better. But don't think that it's easy. You're safe. He said it can bite you. Well, thank you for the info there, Zigzag. Yeah, this is a Gen 6 here. Yep. Yeah, they started out, they were going to run the next gen, and I think they did one race, wasn't it, Dwayne?
Yeah, one race, and then there was an iRacing update, and they weren't happy with them after that.
Yeah, it was like there was no setups for some of the tracks that there was no setups for them.
Right.
So, I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Now, that issue has been resolved. iRacing does have setup for majority of the NASCAR tracks. Yep. And the draft is going to make these cars handle a lot differently. It feels neutral, when you're by yourself, a little bit loose, but they're going to get really tight when you've got a car in front of you and a car behind you. These guys are going to have to get off the throttle a lot quicker in traffic. So clean air is going to be the rule of the day.
Yep.
You want to get that clean air track position because it's so hard to pass here. We're probably going to see some very aggressive driving on restarts because you've got the fall off of the tires is so huge. You've got to get everything you can in the first 5 laps because after that, you're pretty much riding to your next pit stop.
Well, I know just the guy to talk to here and see if we can pick his brain a little bit here and see what he's got to say about the setup here tonight. Gary Whitmer, you got a copy?
Yeah, Rudy.
Well, tell us a little bit about what you think tonight's race is going to hold here because of how the setup is. What do you think?
Well, I'm not very good at Indianapolis. It's not one of my favorite tracks. It's loose in the turns, of course. It pushes.
Yep.
But it'll all be a good race. I think so.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do you think your chances are of maybe getting inside the top 5?
50-50.
50-50. Okay. Well, that's pretty good odds. I'd take a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, I usually shoot for the top 10 at here.
Yep. Yeah. Well, at least it's a good clear weather day, nice cool temperatures, and hopefully that'll help you guys. But man, I'll tell you. Well, today was build day, or yesterday was build day. How much did it change these cars?
I haven't seen any changes from the previous, but they seem about the same, really.
Yeah. Okay, very cool. All right, well, good luck tonight, Gary.
All righty, Bertie.
Hopefully we'll see Becky in chat. She was in there last night.
Yeah, I think she's still at work, though.
Yeah, probably. That poor girl works her fingers to the bone.
Yes, she does.
All right, good luck, Gary.
All right, Rudy. Thank
Yes, sir.
you.
User was moved out of your channel.
Yeah, I got to get rid of that sound. I don't know how you do that. I can't remember how I did that. Do you remember?
Yeah, I'll have to show you after.
I think I did that. There was a way to shut off the whole sound pack or something. I forget how you did that.
It's under option.
Yeah, I'm in options, but yeah, we'll figure it out. In the meantime, we're gonna hear them when they come in and out of the channel. Sorry, folks. All right, let me turn on a light. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, it's computer's getting to work out now, baby. Woohoo!
Sure.
Yeah, she's pumping out some hot air out of there. Oh man. Going to be some fast guys out there tonight, and there are going to be some guys that are not so fast.
Yeah, it's really going to be the tale of two stories. You're going to have guys who are going to be probably about 10 to 15 seconds or more off the pace tonight, and then you're going to have about 4 or 5 guys that just run away from the field.
Yep, I agree. Well, Darren Reeser's back tonight. Dirty Don's here. I do not see Dirty Don in TeamSpeak, though. Huh. Ain't that something? Well, maybe you could shout at him there, Dwayne, and tell Dirty Don to come in TeamSpeak.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we didn't go over was the points and stuff, so I guess we better do that real quick, huh? 65-degree air temperature, 68-degree track temperature. They're doing 175 laps here. It's 187.5 miles. Tire window about 35 to 45 laps. Fuel window about 20 to 25 because they're only running 58% fuel. And pit road speed 60 mile an hour. All right, looking at the points coming into tonight. Michael Pegg with an 18-point lead over second place Dave Acacia. Paul Witt in third, he's 20 points back. Gary Slapinski, he is in fourth place here. He is 24 back. Jacob Edson fifth, 26 behind. John Schooneman in sixth, 66 back. Gary Whitmer in seventh, 67 behind. John Held in eighth, he's 85 back. Jeff Gilmore ninth, 89 back. Sandy Curtis in 10th, 117 back. John Henderson in 11th, he's 122 behind. Joel Guy 12th, 135 back. Ray Zerkat 13th, 151 back. Chris Hogan 14th, 154 back, tied with Everett Lane. Frank Ramuglia in 16th, 155 back. Jared Daniels in 17th, 181 back. Robert DuPont in 18th, 192 back. And Dirty Don Davis and Brian Rainville tied for 19th here, 19th and 20th, I should say, 196 points back. So, how'd I do? Pretty good?
Did pretty good.
Okay, because, yeah, we're past due here. So, all right, folks, we're going to step away for the national anthem. We'll be right back.
afraid. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave, the US of A. Oh, status that star spangled banner gave way for the land of the free. And the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching Max Speed TV.
All right, we are back, and nobody's turned in a time yet. Wow, I see some cars that are extremely loose out there. Man.
And that's a condition they're going to have to fight all night. You know, it will get better as the tires start to wear, but then you get to that point where it's too tight and you got to let way off, because these guys only have 4 sets, so you're not going to be coming in every caution and get tires. You're going to have to run at least 30 laps on one set, I would imagine, in this race, but we'll see how it goes. If it was me, I'd try to break it up 26, then 51, and maybe run that middle stretch. Maybe I go to lap 55 just to have a 20 lap stretch stint on the tires. We'll just have to see how it plays out for some of these guys.
Well, I'm sure a lot of them have been rolling the strategies through their heads here. Probably the last few days here, because I know they've had some practice races and stuff, just to trying to figure out what's going to work best for each racer. Everybody's different out there, Dwayne. Your race different than I do. Your strategies are different than mine, and that's what makes it so interesting. Because, I say this quite a bit, but if we all had the same strategy, we all pitted on the same lap and changed the same amount of tires, there would be just a stalemate out there. Well, Paul Witt, top of the board right now. I mean, wow, Gary Slapinski only qualified 5th. Dang, and that's hard to believe,
Yeah.
Only had 7 qualifiers. That's hard to believe. Travis Turnmeyer goes to 5th.
If they're not out on the track now, they're not going to get a time in.
And that actually bumped Gary Slapinski down to 6th now.
Yeah, and starting on the outside line is really not where you want to be. No. He's got to hope that one of these guys, cuts him a break and lets him in line.
Well, we're about to find out here in about 20 seconds as we get ready to grid them up. Hey, Shane. How you doing, Shane?
And that'll do it for qualifying.
That sound is, I'm hearing all these new sounds here at Michael's that I'm not used to, you know? All right, let's get him on the grid here. All right, Paul Witt, he takes the pole with a 51.038. Congratulations to him for grabbing the pole. Gasman starts on the outside of the front row there in second. In row number 2, Jacob Edson in third, Michael Pegg fourth. Row number 3, Travis Turnmeyer fifth, Gary Slapinski sixth. Row 4, John Schuneman seventh, Dave Acacia eighth. In row 5, Dirty Don Davis in ninth place. Dwayne?
Row 6 is Darren Reeser. He'll be starting 11th. Gary Whitmer outside in 12th. Row 7, Thomas Holder and Brian Pierce. Row 8, Joel Guy, 15th. Chris Hogue rounding out the field in 16th position.
And I think Brian Pierce is actually adminning.
Okay. Well, and Darren Reeser is not in session. So let's see.
Wow. Oh, you know what that is? That sound I'm hearing? That's this computer, man. The fans are freaking cranking.
I can imagine.
Gonna be a small field here tonight. Oh my gosh. 9, 10, 11, 12 drivers.
Counting 12 currently. Thomas Holder has not joined the field.
Hey.
He's in session. Yep, Thomas Holder did not start. Well, with this small of a field, Rudy, we should be relatively caution-free throughout the rest of the race.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, it's pretty thin out there. But you know, if they get spread out, we'll have to see how the beginning of this race. Maybe the first 5 laps will kind of give us an idea of what to expect the rest of this race. Because if they get spread out quickly, oh boy, you know. It'll just probably go green the whole way, you know?
Yep.
But I don't think it will. I think we're going to see some drafting, you know, because these cars, they do draft so well, and this is such a big track. Drafting is going to be important here.
We are about to find out.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Pace cars off. Green is in the air. We are underway from Indy.
All 12 of them. And I'm with you. I think this is going to be an excellent race. The way these guys are going to be racing each other. Oh my gosh. Look at this Michael Pegg and Jacob Edson racing each other. Oh, and Gary Slapinski got in there. Edson got really loose.
Yeah, it was a good save, and we're going to see that a few more times tonight.
Wow, man. Yeah, he's okay, though. Tried to hammer it too quick, you know, with the new tires, you got to take it easy for a couple of laps. So, yeah, he's back here. Dirty Don Davis now coming up on him with the Tater Mobile. Oh, I guess that ain't the Tater Mobile. Never mind. That's the old Glory. Yeah, the old Glory Mobile. Very good. No, it's the trucks he runs, the old Tater Mobile. Yep.
Right.
All right, Paul Witt, Gasman, and Michael Pegg. Yeah, you know, something else that I wish I could get off of you is that camera pack. You were right. I should have grabbed my camera pack. I didn't.
I told you.
But I sent you that camera pack.
Yeah, Mike.
You still have it zipped up?
Somewhere, I'll find it.
You do. Just send it to me on Messenger. I think it'll send.
Right. Michael Pegg looking to the inside of Frank Remuglia. That's a battle for second.
So he's got the line, but he comes up and that car gets loose on him. Golly, good save though.
And near racing has allowed Paul Witt to get out to almost a full second.
Yeah, that's wow. Yeah, good save by Michael Pegg right there.
And much like Slapinski, Paul Witt is not a guy you want to run away with this
Right.
thing.
What the heck? There we go. Got my roof cam back anyhow. But while we're messing around here, I'm just going to go ahead and do a few of these here. But going up here on Michael Pegg, I'll have to do the same thing. Yeah, old Paul Witt's loving that out there right now, and he's in that clean air too. Pegg has closed the gap just a little tiny bit, maybe a couple of tenths. But Gasman and him, boy, battling really hard right there. And Michael, wow. He went clear down to get out of the way. Him and Gary Slapinski. And they're bringing Travis Turnmeyer right along with them. Oh, man. Gasman lost out big time on that one, Dwayne.
Yes, sir. Update on Chris Hogue, Rudy. He got a tight coming off 4. Slammed the outside wall, backed it into the pit road wall, and he's on pit road right now getting repairs.
Oh, man. First one out. David Casey up to 6th. And Jacob Edson right behind him. Now back. John Schoeneman quite a little ways behind. He's about 1.6 seconds behind Jacob Edson right now. And Gary Whitmer back here as well. But Gary has picked up 3 positions since the start of the race. And then he's got Dirty Don Davis behind him. And Joel Guy taking up the rear of the field right now. The last one out there. Well, Chris Hogue is making it back out on the track, Dwayne. He's going to be...
Yeah, he'll be 2 laps down, but If he can get a couple of cautions to go his way, being the only car a lap's down, he'll get him back. Get back on the lead lap.
Another one of the MaxspeedTV cars. Looks awesome, Chris. Painted that himself. He did a great job on it. Looks nice. All Wits got a 1 second lead.
David Casey looking to the inside of Frank Remuglia. Battle for fifth. Frank gets it.
Old Frank G. I don't have my plug-in on this computer, so I can't do the gas man one.
Gas.
Hard to believe only 12 cars at Indy. Fun track to drive. Yeah, I know, Shane. I don't know. There's just a lot of drivers that don't like this track, I think. I really don't know. I don't know.
That and it's summertime. Yeah. A lot of guys are doing other things.
It's a beautiful night out. I know it was back when I helped Ed run his league. It was so hard for us to get people to race during the summer, so we just called the summer league off because, you know, if you got 5 drivers out of 20, you were lucky. You know, people have things to do, time to spend with their family. Boating, camping, swimming, picnics, you know, family outings, all kinds of things that people like to do rather than spending your night, you know, in the house. You could be out at a campfire or roasting hot dogs or marshmallows or making s'mores or whatever's your thing, you know.
Now that the tires are worn, Rudy, All Wits starting to lose his advantage.
Yeah, Michael has closed that gap down to a half a second now. You know, but I've seen Michael, I don't know, he's got that, he can drive that thing so loose. He likes a loose race car, I get that, but golly, I've seen the back end of that thing like it wants to just step right out, and he saves it every time, so he knows how to do it.
And a lot of guys out here tonight do like driving loose race cars.
Yes, very much so.
And here we go. Battle for the lead picking up. Peg gets loose off of 4, and that's going to allow Slopinski to get a run. And Slopinski, instead of trying to pass, just gives him a big bump.
Wow, Gary Luce going into the corner. Did you see that? He was fighting the wheel on that thing. Goodness.
And I think that's why he may not have tried to pass, because he's just not comfortable right now.
He's really loose going in.
Meanwhile, Frank Remuglia gets a slingshot on Travis Turnmeyer, put him back up to 4th.
Sure did.
Well, it's like I thought. We have the top 7 all nose to tail for the most part. And then it's a long way back, 6.5 seconds back to Gary Whitmer in 8th. John Schoeneman right behind him in 9th. Dirty Don Davis just behind them in 10th. And then Joe Guy about 20 seconds off the lead right now in 11th. And Chris Hogue has wrecked again.
Oh my gosh. Yep, he's gonna be out of resets now.
Yeah, the same thing that happened to him last time, Rudy, but this time he got loose coming off of 4, overcorrects and goes head first into the outside retaining wall, then head first into the inside retaining wall. He's blown his motor. He's gonna have to use that last reset here.
Oh. Well, David Casey had a little bit different paint job on his car this week. Am I seeing that correctly, or?
You are.
Yeah, maybe, sometimes changing up your paint can bring you good luck, maybe, if you're
Yes, sir.
superstitious about that kind of thing, but never know. Some guys at any point they're ready to try anything. I mean, he won one race this year, and it was a great finish. So, and it seemed to boost his confidence up there for a couple of races, and now he's kind of back where he was. So, he needs another win now to boost his confidence again.
Well, he's still doing pretty good. He's one of the top 7 right now who are all close together. Now, Jacob Edson has lost a little bit of ground back in 7th. Now 2 seconds behind the lead. But David Casey, he's not that far behind Travis Turnmeyer right now.
I'm sure he's still feeling the draft. They're all probably still feeling the draft a little bit here. But I'll tell you what, Dave's not that far from losing the draft.
Yeah, and 14 laps into this race, Rudy, and the drivers are already a second and a half slower than their first lap.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, all of them.
And that's kind of why I think I would do the 25-25 strategy. You're going to be able to make it at least, 26, 27 laps on fuel. But if you come in for lap 25, lap...
Head going for the lead, and he got it. Sideways, but he got it. Oh, man.
That was a good pass. Yeah, and Paul Witt right now, he got out there, just burned up his tires. And it's easy to do that when you've got clean air in front of you, because you don't have anybody to judge your entry and exit speed on. So you're out there just running, you don't feel like you're abusing the car. Oh, we got Chris Hogue going around again.
Man, he is just really struggling tonight, isn't he?
He is, and I think his night's done. That motor is smoking. Now, every time he's been able to stay off the racing surface and not bring out a caution, though, so that is good.
Yep.
Yeah, this time he got loose coming out of 3, hits the outside wall, and it turns him head first into turn 4. I think Hogue's night is done. Travis Turnmeyer using the draft to get by Frank Vermuglio.
Well, we're not... I'm trying to think about when they're going to be pitting here. Probably sometime in the, next maybe 8 laps?
I would say
6 to 10.
9 to 10,
6 to 10 laps, somewhere along in there. It's like you said about the strategy of 25 and maybe like 30, and then using the last 20 or something, something like that. So maybe we'll see somebody try a strategy like that. I don't know, but
well, right now the guy who picks first is going to be at a huge advantage if he can, sneak his way onto pit road, because you're going to have a 1 to 2 second advantage depending on when they stop over the rest of the field. And you almost want to treat this like a super speedway, because the draft is so important here. If you can come down pit road with a drafting partner, you're going to be that much further ahead when you get off, when everyone else pits. And Chris Hogue has taken his car behind the wall.
I figured it was going to be about a matter of time. He said something to me about maybe getting into the booth with us tonight, so let me drag him down here and ask him if he'd like to join us. I don't know. We'll see. Chris Hogue, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, your night's done, huh?
Yes, sir. My night is all
well,
done.
Did you want to join us in the booth, or?
Rudy, I already left the room. Otherwise, I would. and I've already withdrawn from the race. So other than that, I would have.
Okay. Well, I know what you said the other day. You sent me a message saying you liked working with us, and so okay. All right, man. Yep.
All right, but yeah, had I not left, I would have definitely would have poked you or
Okay.
something.
All right.
All right, but
User was moved
All
out of
right
your
then.
channel.
Dang.
Yeah. Some nights it's just not your
Yeah,
night.
and you know, I can understand sometimes you get frustrated with stuff like that, and you know, the last thing you want to do is sit here and watch your teammates out there or your buddies that you've been racing with all night still racing, and your night's over with. You know, I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But no, he just sent me a message the other day saying that, hey, I really liked helping you guys, and you know, I'd like to maybe think about maybe helping you a little bit more, and, you know, okay.
Yeah, he did a great
Yeah.
job.
Well, we're coming to take
All right,
lap
we are-
20.
Yeah, I think we're about 6 laps away right now from guys making that first stop. And we might see some guys short pit by a
Yep.
couple laps. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, Paul led the first 14 laps. Oh, and here comes Gary up beside him. And Gary got him. Gary still hasn't led a lap yet tonight.
Which is surprising, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And look how loose that car
I know.
is right now. You know, for me, it started to tighten up as the run goes along, but right now I'm still seeing these guys 20 laps into this run. They're still just as loose as they were at
Yep.
the beginning. As Sapinski gets right on peg the bumper.
He's just giving him old bump draft there, wasn't he? Or pretty close to
Yep.
it.
Letting them know, hey, I ain't
That's
going
right.
nowhere.
Hold on, man.
And here
Yep,
he
he's
goes.
taking a look.
In the lead.
He got just the run he needed right there.
And he led that lap.
Oh, wow, he did. Wow, amazing. That had to have been so close at the line.
15 thousandths of a second. Oh, he's loose.
Oh.
Look out.
Well, he got his lap led. That's what he really wanted, I think. Now that put the four of these guys right on top of one another. Frank's kind of feeling left out, I think. He's back here going, wait up for me, guys.
Yeah, and the worst part is he's just on the edge of being outside of that draft. If he doesn't get closed up soon, he's going to lose the draft.
Yeah, he would have been all right, but Jacob Edson has fallen so far back, too, that he's lost the draft as well. If they two would have stayed on top of one another, they could have drafted up there with them, but...
Well, now he's got company as Paul Witt and Travis Turnmeyer went at it, and that's allowed him to catch right up to those guys. And look how loose they are in front of him.
You think, I'm kind of thinking maybe Gasman might have saved a little bit right there, and he may have a little bit left to challenge these guys, where Paul's pretty much used up his tires.
Yeah, as has Travis Turnmeyer. I think these guys are just kind of hanging on, waiting for that first pit stop.
Oh,
if I'm Paul
coming,
Witt, I was just about to say, if I'm Paul Witt, I come this time by.
And he is, and you know he does that. That's the kind of strategy he plays, to be one of the first guys to come to pit road. Oh, very cool.
Now these guys better take notice.
For sure. Boy, Gary Slapinski is really dealing with a very, very extremely loose car right now.
Four tires for Paul Witt. And he is down and away.
And I would have thought maybe these two would have come in. Michael and Gary, I thought maybe they would come in. Being it's a lap 25.
And Paul's going to be able to stay on the lead lap here as he gets up to speed. Peg's just now coming through 2, and Witt's about halfway down the back stretch right now. We'll check the speeds at the line. We'll see if they come in this time. If they come in this time, they should be okay.
Yep, Mike, they're both coming in.
And here they
I
come.
thought I heard Michael. I could hear him, through the floor here. I thought I heard him saying something about coming into pit. That's weird. It's so weird because in 12 years I've never done that. I have never done what I'm doing right now. Well, I take that back. Aaron, my son, used to race a little bit, and that he'd be in the other room, but I couldn't hear him. I couldn't hear him in the other room, so.
A new leader, Frank Ramuglia, he gets his bonus point.
I'm sure he'll be coming in here next time, or soon anyhow. Yeah, it looks like the guys are going to do the 25, 26 lap rule right there, where they'll come in, and then probably about lap 51, 52, they'll come in again, and then finish up the race, and that way they'll have enough to cover if they need a green, white checkered.
And these guys are still on the apron going through 1 and 2. Here comes Paul Witt. And he's going to be able to pass these guys up. He's going to have to catch Slapinski here, but he should be able to run him down.
And it's only 2 lap difference. Paul should be good for quite a little while. And because he was the first one to pit, that's why he's in the position he's in, right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. But again, Gary Slapinski, is ahead of him. Okay. Gary must have had an absolutely flawless pit stop. But what happened to Michael Pegg? He did too, but wow, I don't know. That's really odd. Why Michael didn't?
Well, he came to pit road slow. His entire time on pit lane, 50.22 seconds. For Gary Slapinski, he was only on pit road 49.38 seconds, and Paul Witt was 49.92 seconds. So he was on a half a second slower on the pit lane itself. Trying not to get a speeding penalty, I'm sure.
Gasman's in, David Casey is in, and Gary Slapinski will take over the lead right here at the line.
There he goes.
Paul Witt second, Michael Pegg third, Travis Turnmeyer fourth. And we're still waiting on Gasman. He's just now coming off of pit road. May take up 4th place here. Let's see, where's Jacob? No, Jacob Edson's coming around. He's probably going to pass Gasman for that position. Well, maybe not. Gasman did get out pretty good, though. Yep, not bad.
And that round of green flag pit stops has really spread the field out even more.
Which I think we kind of figured it would, didn't we?
Right, we did. Right now, the closest battles are for 8th, 9th, and 10th. Gary Whitmer John Schooneman and Don Davis. Well, Rudy, they just finished their round of pit stops. What do you say we do a little
I
crank it
don't
up?
have a crank it up cam, but I can do a ride along with them. You just won't be able to say nothing.
Okay.
Let's. Who do you want to ride along with?
Why don't we ride along with Michael Pegg?
Okay, let me get on him here, and ride along in the cockpit here with him. Well, is he closing on Gary? 3 seconds. 3 seconds back to Michael. Holy smoke.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it.
I can't figure out what happened there because Michael came in ahead of Gary, but Gary come out so far ahead of Michael, and they both took 4 tires and a full tank of fuel, so I don't understand that, but yeah, Gary had a 14.5 second pit stop. Michael had a 14.9 second pit stop.
Yeah, and I think Michael Pegg had to slow up quite a bit on pit road entrance, Rudy, to prevent getting a speeding penalty.
Well, let's run around the field here. I know it's a short one, but we'll run around it anyhow. Gary Slapinski did start 6th place today. Just got the lead back here after they made their first round of pit stops. So he's loving life right now here with 6 laps under his belt. Michael Pegg, he started 4th. He led 9 laps a little while ago here. Come into pit stop. We're not sure what exactly happened, whether he was speeding up pit road and had to slow up a little bit so he didn't get that penalty. But he comes off 3rd instead of going in 1st and coming off 3rd. So I don't know. It was really weird. Paul Witt has led the most laps so far with 14 laps. He started on the pole. Congratulations to him again for grabbing the pole here tonight. That's really cool. And now he's running in 3rd. Travis Turnmeyer started 5th. Hasn't been able to get to the front. Now running not far behind Paul Witt. Actually, he still can't sniff the draft off of him, but he just needs a little bit of help. Eventually, maybe he'll get there. Gasman has dropped to 5th now after starting 2nd. Jacob Edson, and he led 3 laps too, excuse me. Jacob Edson has been racing here with Gasman quite a bit tonight, but he started 3rd and has fallen back to 6th. David Casey was looking very promising there earlier as they were all ganged up at the beginning of the race, and I really thought Dave was going to have a good hook up here tonight, but he's started 8th. He's running in 7th. Gary Whitmer started 12th, has made some ground here, is running in 8th right now. Don Schooneman, he started 7th, running in 9th. Dirty Don Davis, he started 9th, running in 10th. And the last one out there is Joel Guy, which started 15th tonight and is running in 11th. And it looks like Gary may be stretching that lead out a little bit now.
Yeah, he's out to 3.3
Yeah,
seconds.
I think he is stretching that out just a little. And Peg's got way away from Paul Witt. Paul's actually, I think he's kind of purposely slowed up a little bit to pick up Travis Turnmeyer there. Hopefully them two can hook up and draft together.
That could be. Two cars are faster than one.
And Travis is loving that. You know, I mean, hey, that's giving him a hope here to maybe have a better finisher tonight. He's got the draft off of Paul Witt now. Well, I hope everybody's doing okay tonight. If you don't mind, give us a thumbs up on the video. Hit that subscribe button if it's your first time here. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you get notified every time we do go live on MaxspeedTV. You can check out our full broadcast schedule at MaxspeedTV.com and follow us on Facebook at Facebook.com/MaxspeedTV. Well, we're at the halfway mark, Dwayne. Oh, man, Paul got extremely loose right there.
Yeah, that was a really good save on his part. And he's going to have to fall back in line as Turnmeyer goes by.
I should think maybe Turnmeyer might have been taking the air off of him. You think maybe that might have been why he got loose?
I don't think so. It actually works quite the opposite. When you get behind somebody, the car wants to be tight. So Turnmeyer was fighting tight conditions, not so much for the guy in front. You see Paul Witt. You can see that tightness as he went down into one. Turnmeyer's going to gap him a little here.
Yeah, which if Paul can keep doing what he's doing here, he shouldn't really lose that draft off of him. But yeah, I see what you're saying. He has now fallen back about maybe 4 car lengths. Yeah. Oh, man, is he loose.
Ooh, he hit the rumble strips, and that will get you loose.
And he's a long ways from making his second pit stop here.
Yeah, we're only about halfway through the fuel run.
Well, now he pitted a little earlier than everybody else, a couple of laps. So let's see, he pitted 15 laps ago. So he pitted on lap 24 where everybody else pitted on lap 26. So we will see if he goes 2 laps earlier than, gosh, I don't, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Gas man. He can't really shake Jacob, can he?
No, not at all. And Jacob's not going to go down without a fight.
No, he started third, but you'll see. I think he'll get back up there, I think, eventually. What they need is a caution right now to catch everybody up. Or wouldn't that change the whole race?
It would, but the field's so spread out, Rudy, I don't think we're going to see it. We've had no cautions so far, been green the entire way. Just past halfway, 5 lead changes so far.
John Schuneman just got around Gary Whitmer. Gary goes back to 9th. John up to 8th.
And I think Gary might have burnt off his tires a little bit just trying to stay ahead of these
Yeah.
two.
That could have been, you know. Yeah, he could have been. It's so easy to do, you know. I mean, you do it and
Right.
don't even know you're burning them up. You know, that's the weird
Right.
part about it. You know, you think you're just running your race out there, and the next thing you know, man, you're slipping and sliding. The tires are just junk. And we're, man, what happened? Well, you were racing it pretty hard. If you
Right.
abuse your equipment, that's what you get. Well, good news is, Dwayne, that we have not dropped a single frame here tonight. So,
Very
and I am
nice.
pushing very high bit rate, back up to 1440, and it's just handling sweet right now. I better knock on wood. The only thing I
I think you should see if Michael will let you take that that Ethernet cable home with you.
And you know, the funny thing is we both have Charter, and we both have the same internet, okay? But, you know, again, going back to, you know, he upgraded his up to the gig. I can't do that. They don't have it in my area. But they give you a gig download and 30 megabyte upload. That don't even add up.
No, that's silly.
If they're going to give you a gig download, they should at least give you like 100 upload, you know? I would think.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Pegg getting around Joel Guy there. Joel actually 2 laps down now to the leader. But he's still running, and that's what I like. That's what I
Yep.
like. Never, ever, 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 ever give up.
Unless you're out of resets and have a blown
that's
motor.
exactly right. Well, Michael Pegg now 3.7 seconds back. And Travis Turnmeyer is about that far behind Michael Pegg. So, man, the field is really spread out.
Yeah, and Selpinski's spread it out to almost 4 seconds now to the lead.
Yeah, he's checked out, man. He's just, Michael just catches a glimpse of him every now and then.
Yeah. Well, this next pit stop's going to be the critical
Yeah.
one, Rudy. This is going to be your final stop of the race. You know, we're coming up on 30 to go. We're going to see pit stops in the next 6 laps or so,
Right.
and you've got to make sure you hit your marks. You got to be perfect. Do not make a mistake here. And it's going to be interesting to see who pits first. It really wasn't that much of an advantage for Paul Witt. He pitted from 4th position, and that's where he runs right
Yeah.
now. So, but that's because everybody else came in pretty much the next lap or 2 after him. So, if he can get down pit road and nobody notice, that's exactly going to be the outcome he's looking for. But I think once he hits pit road, everybody else
Yeah,
will
now
know
we
it.
should be seeing him probably in about the next 4 laps, I believe. And then we'll see the other guys in about 2 more laps after that. If they go according to what they did before, you know. So we'll see if that happens. Oh my gosh, did you see that? Paul's car was almost sideways.
I did.
Poor guy. He is driving it for all she's got right now. Worn tires or not, man, he's just driving the wheels off of it. He's just trying to stay with Travis, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Travis is a great
Yep.
driver. If you're gonna learn anything from anybody, he's one of them that you'll want to follow and try to see what his line is, see if you can determine what his breaking points are. He knows how to get around
Oh,
here.
but I'll tell you what. I'm not. Please don't think anybody think that I'm talking smack about Travis Turnmeyer, because I'm not. Because Dwayne's right. He is a great driver. But I'll tell you what, Dwayne. I remember back in the day, he was a lot better than he is now. I don't know if he's maybe stepped away for a little while, took a break, and he's back, back or what. I don't know. It just seemed to me like he was a whole lot better a few years ago than he is today.
Yeah, well, and iRacing is one of those things where it's a
Yeah.
skill, and if you step away for a little bit, you start to lose
Sure.
that skill. So he's just got to build it back up. Running top 3 right now. That's nothing
Yeah.
to sneeze at. But yeah, he definitely won a lot more races a few years ago than he did right now. But could just be aging racing wheel.
Yeah.
A number of different things could be
Well,
contributing
let's
to
see
that.
if Paul Witt comes in, because this is just about his time to come in. Nope, he's going to stay out. So, it would have been his time to come in, because he come in on lap 24 before. 48 would have been,
Right.
But he might be going to do like what you said, go to lap 50, and then that would give him a 25 lap run to the end.
Yeah, and if you can stretch it to lap 20 or lap 55, that's going to give you a 20
Yep.
lapper. So I think some guys are shooting for
Sure.
that mark.
Hey, Cody's in chat. Good to see you, Cody. You're watching Dad race, huh? Yeah, he's doing really good. He got out there and led the first 14 laps, Cody, and then he's been struggling to keep it just into 4th place right now. Yeah, once Gary and Michael got around him, boy, he kind of started struggling right there. I think he's coming in. Yep, here he comes.
This will be his final
Yep.
stop with 26 to go.
All right, very good. So now it shouldn't only be another lap or two, and we'll see Gary Slapinski, Michael Pegg, and the rest of them come in here. Travis Turnmeyer. We'll start seeing them come in. But Gary, Gary might be liking the way the car's feeling right now, because, you know how it is once you get used to the car running a certain way,
Right.
because when you go put new tires on it, the car's going to feel totally different.
Right.
So he is not coming in yet. How about Michael Pegg? Nope, he's not coming in either. How about Travis Turnmeyer? Yep, Travis is coming in. Yeah, it looks like, who's that right behind him there? John Schoeneman? No? Who the heck was that? Oh, that was Joel Guy. He was coming in for his final pit stop, too. Well, see, now Gary and, Gary's coming in. Here he come. I was going to say, Gary and Michael should be coming in. Yeah, here comes Michael, too. Yep, they're coming in together. Now, let's hope Michael has a better pit stop this time than he did last time. I think he gained a little bit of ground on pit road there.
Yeah, it's very
A
possible.
little. All right, anyhow, back out front. Gas man, right on cue, though. He does stay out. He'll stay out another lap or two. But I'm going to tell you right now, Jacob Edson, I think, is sizing him up, Dwayne. He's sizing him up, getting ready for this final pit stop. And Jacob may be looking to maybe pass Gas man there for that position.
I think you may be right.
Let's see if they're coming in. Yes, sir. Both of them are coming in together. Very good.
Very nice. They'll have drafting help because they come out of the corner.
Yep. Now David Casey is going to stay out. He wants to lead a lap. And he will. I do believe he will. Yep, he gets to lead a lap. The bonus point for David Casey.
Very nice.
Why is it I don't see? Oh, yeah, he's second in points. Duh. Looking right at it. Yeah, he's only 18 points behind Michael Pegg, so that bonus point was very, very crucial. Now we'll probably see him come in next. And then right behind him, well, not right behind him, but quite a ways behind him, John Schooneman. He's staying out. Dirty Don Davis. Those three all have to come to pit road here. I would not be a bit surprised to see David Casey come in now. Now that he knows he got to lead a lap, got a bonus point, we may see him, well, not this lap, but maybe in the next lap or two. And he may just run that tank dry too, Dwayne, hoping for a caution. I don't think it's going to happen, though. You? Dwayne? Hello, Dwayne.
Sorry about that. I was talking, but my mic was muted.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. The top three are gonna have to come in here very shortly.
I agree. Yeah, they're just they're not doing themselves any favors right now by staying out here like this.
No, and we can check the times at the line here. Casey ran a 53.6. And here comes John Schooneman and Don Davis coming to pit road. And Slapinski at the line. A 51 flat. So over 2 seconds faster than David Casey right now.
Jeez, oh man. That's a lot.
And he's really not that far behind. 14 seconds sounds like a lot. Not when you're running 2 seconds faster.
Well, Gary again got such a great pit stop right there and is way away from Michael Pegg. Holy smokes, Michael now is 7.7 seconds behind Gary. Wow, Gary's just having some smoking fast pit stops.
Yes, sir. And here comes a Casey at a pit road. That'll give Slapinski back the lead.
Sir. Yeah, by 7.8 seconds. Jeez, oh man. Uh-oh, wait a minute. What happened to Pegg? Oh, okay. I thought something happened to him there. Golly.
I believe he might have got loose.
Yeah, because he lost a little bit more ground now. He's back 8 seconds back. Yeah, he lost about 3/10 on that. And Paul Witt not far behind. I'll tell you what, Michael Pegg, Paul Witt, and Travis Turnmeyer, those three have been sticking together all race long. I mean,
Yes,
they might be
they have.
separated by a second and a half or something like that, but they have been right there with each other.
And Joe Guy just dropped with connection issues.
Man, doesn't he like do that every night or something?
It seems that way sometimes.
Yeah, oh well, it's kind of weird.
That leaves us with 10 cars in the race at this moment. As they run, all 10 are on the lead lap now. John Schooneman, Gary Whitmer, and Don Davis are almost a full lap back, but if they can get together and start drafting, they'll be able to stay ahead of
Slapinski. Yeah, he's about maybe 6 seconds behind right now. About 6 seconds behind him.
Yep, about a quarter of a straightaway.
Now you want to talk about a guy that's alien in a race car right there, Gary Slapinski.
Yes, sir. He knows how to get the job done. Doesn't really matter what track
I mean, he
we're at.
qualified 6th. You know, what the heck?
Right?
And some guys like to do that, man. They just don't, you know, they don't want to show their stuff out there. They just want to get out on the track and race and beat you. Beat the pants right off of you. You know? He's going to have to go get I don't know, I don't know where do we get shellac now, because there's none at Home Depot or Lowe's anymore.
Yeah, probably gonna have to go to Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah. Dang.
Ace value.
Yep. Dang, I'm telling you. Yeah, because he's took over the most laps led now. Paul did have him. He had 14. Michael's led 9. And
Yeah, so
Gaffney in
Penske
4.
led 27.
Yep. 8.3, 8.4. What the heck? Michael's even dropping more. He is dropping like a tenth or two a lap, or is Gary just pulling away a tenth or two a lap?
Well, we'll check their times at the line and see who's the quicker.
Well, I'm showing Gary's about a tenth quicker on that last lap. Let's see on this one.
Ran a 51.699. And Michael Pegg,
800. Wow.
51.8.
Oh, about a tenth.
Yep.
Man, oh man, I just can't. Man, Gary's just he just like picking up a tenth a lap like that. He just keeps stretching it out. Right now, 8.5 seconds ahead of Michael Pegg. And those guys are teammates, you know. Now
Yep.
Gary's only 24 points behind Michael in the points, and if he can win this tonight with the most laps led, you know, getting all the bonus points he's going to get tonight, boy, that's going to really close that lap up, or that gap up pretty quick.
Yes, it will.
You know, Paul Witt's still in there, but I believe Gary will probably pass up Paul, and definitely Dave Acacia. So yeah, I'm going to say unofficially Gary's probably going to go into second in the points after tonight. If he wins the race, I'm saying.
Right.
Coming to 15 to go this time by. Pegg now 8.5 seconds back. He needs to pick it up a little, doesn't he?
Just a little bit.
Gas pedal is the one on the right, Michael. Don't hit the other two. Just hit that one on the right. I can hear that thing down there just a humming away. Actually, you know, he actually picked up a little bit of time. Michael did pick up a little bit of time on that lap. He was less than a tenth slower, less than a tenth. So,
Yeah, he's going to need a lot more than that, though, if he's going to run
Yep.
Salbinski down.
yeah, he does. Actually, it was about a half a tenth, you know?
Right.
That's, you can't even blink that fast. A half of a tenth of a second. Ew. And now I'm kind of wondering if Travis Turnmeyer is going to be able to get to Paul Witt. I'm kind of thinking maybe not now.
No, it's done. The tires are evened out now. Any advantage you had at the beginning of the run is just gone.
I'll tell you what, these guys are going to be some tired puppies after this one. 75 laps straight with no cautions or anything.
Yeah, it's definitely a long race for sure.
And again, Gasman and Jacob Edson still working together here. Two of just Wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. I think I did see a rope tied to the. Yeah, I did see it. There's a rope tied to them guys. Yep. They're tied together.
The same could be said for Gary Whitmer and Don Davis.
Yep.
They've been pretty much nose to tail since they came off pit road. Slapinski's been catching them little by little, but for the most part, they have definitely, been drafting and trying to stay ahead of him as much as they can.
It's kind of a goal. I always made it a goal when I was racing. If I did not have a good race and was, about to go a lap down or whatever, and I knew that was going to happen, man, I would do whatever it took to try to stay ahead of that leader. Not that it's going to change the outcome of the position you're in. It's just that psychologically, you just want to finish on the same lap as the leader did,
Right.
It's a psychological thing. Yeah.
Whitmer gets
sure
loose.
I think that kind of scared the heck out of Dawn right there, too, because I think Dawn knew what to do.
Yeah.
Gary's coming up on him. Gary, I'll tell you what, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's doing a great job as usual.
And I think the way they are right now is probably the way we're going to see them finish, because the front three are so spread out right now. Michael Pegg is 8.3 seconds behind Gary, and Paul Witt's 3.5 seconds behind Michael Pegg.
Yeah. Not too much change in the running order since the drop
Right.
of the green flag. And now Slapinski will get by Don and Gary there, Whitmer, and they will both go a lap down.
Yeah, and I don't think that, to be sportsmen about it, they probably kind of gave him a break there and let him by, because there's no sense in holding Gary up like that. He's an alien. He's gone. Don't hold him up. Just get out of his way.
Yeah, I think they're looking forward to getting out of here. 10 to
Dirty
go.
Dawn just went around Gary Whitmer. So that puts Dawn in 9th place now, right back where he started from. And this will just really jump Dawn up in the points, because he came into tonight. He had already picked up, I think, 3 positions last week. And this should probably, I'm just going to guess and say, maybe at least pick him up 5 more spots, maybe more. I don't know. We'll see. Because there's a lot of guys in here in the points that ahead of him that are no longer in the league. So I don't know. We'll see. 9 laps to go for the leader, Gary Slapinski. All right, going to be 8 laps at the line. Pegg now almost 8.7 seconds back. I think he knows he's not going to, there's no way he's going to catch Gary unless Gary just absolutely dogs it right now and loses this race. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah, and Pegg's got enough of a cushion between himself and Paul Witt that he really doesn't have to worry about running it hard. Just take the points. Just, it's a second place. It's a podium finish. Just run it out and come back next week.
Yeah. Where do they go to next week? I didn't look at the schedule. Did you?
Let me look. Next week we will be at Kansas.
Well, we know how that race usually is about, like follow the leader, and it's like super speedway racing, pack racing.
Right?
But I don't know. We kind of like that, don't we? I mean, it always seems like it's exciting to us.
Yeah.
Those guys don't like it, or I don't know. I guess, but they don't like it. Maybe they shouldn't run there, right? They can run something different. But anyhow. Well, again, folks, thanks for joining us tonight. We do appreciate it. Let's see, tomorrow night we're supposed to have, we'll be back with HLRL Highline Racing. They're having a big cash race tomorrow night. It was supposed to be the beginning of their new season, but they've decided they wanted to have a big cash race. So I don't know any more specifics than that. I'll have to send Toby a message and ask him what the specifics are of this cash race. So it's not going to be a points race. The points races will start next week. So tune in tomorrow night for that. I think we go live at, gosh, I can't remember now. 8. I don't know. It's on the YouTube channel there. Whatever time it says it, we'll go live. I have this stuff wrote down at home, but I'm not at home.
I'm sure it'll be a great race.
Michael Pegg now is 9.5 seconds behind Gary Slapinski. Golly, man. Paul Witt's about 6 seconds behind him. And Travis Sternmeyer is about 2.3 behind Paul Witt.
Yeah, and then it's another 3 seconds back to Frank Ramuglia in 5th. But Jacob Edson is really on his bumper, trying to find a way around him to get a top 5.
Yeah.
With 5 to go, this is really the only race on the track right now.
I don't know if Jacob's going to have anything for him, but
He's definitely going to try.
yeah, Jacob Edson comes in tonight, 5th in points. Only 26 points out of it. So he's had an exceptional season this season.
Yeah.
Another good racer, man. I'll tell you what, it's got some good racers in here. And you ought to be thankful for that because it's so hard to find good racers these days, ain't it?
Right. It is.
You know, I don't know, that's my experience with it.
Yeah, right now, Rudy, the top 10 in points, or at least the top 7 in points, are going to come out of this race with a top 10. So that'll be a lot more points they're gaining on the rest of the field for guys who are not
Way
here.
to go. Michael now 10 seconds behind. Oh my gosh. He just keeps, I don't care, he just ain't. Well, I think he has slowed down a little bit. You know, the tire wear, and with him, he's probably backed it down just a little bit. He doesn't need to be pushing that car so hard now. I mean, he's got a 10.5 second lead. Why push it? You know, take a chance on maybe hitting the wall or losing it, or gosh, I'd be cruising around here at 3/4 throttle. You wouldn't even have to lift. Just, you know, just get it up to about 172 and hold it there. You wouldn't even have to lift.
Yeah, and, you know, the tire wear has been consistent for Slapinski. That time by was 2 seconds slower than his fastest lap, which came back on lap 52. So, you know.
I think he slowed it down a lot. He sees that he is 11 seconds behind Michael Pegg. Wow, Michael just dropped a whole bunch of time right there. I don't know if he got loose going in or what, but They may have both backed it way down. I don't know. Hard to say. Coming to get the white flag, Gary Slapinski. He's going to lead 45 laps out of the 75 tonight.
That's definitely
Can we
more
say
than half.
shellacking?
Yes, sir.
It's official. We can say it, a shellacking.
Yep. We're probably gonna have him get a shellacking paint scheme on that thing.
Well, we can't buy shellac at Home Depot or Walmart or Lowe's or anything, so we're going to have to get it from Sherwin-Williams.
It's time to hit the hardware
Here
store.
we come. Last couple of corners here, folks.
All right, here he comes. Out of 4 for the final time. Down the long straight. And Gary Slapinski's gonna kiss the bricks.
Yes,
at
he
Indy.
is. Oh, man, awesome race. That's all I can say. It was just an awesome race.
And Michael Pegg is gonna cross the finish line second right now.
I mean, wow, what a difference, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm sure Gary's going to come around here and burn them down. So we'll get these guys up here in just a minute, folks. All right, Gary. Burn them down, baby. Burn them down. We want to see you burn the tires off of that thing.
I got barely enough fuel for
Who
that.
was the third? Paul Witt was in third. Oh my gosh, look at this. Yeah, we got the dynamic duo or the dynamic trio in here. Yeah. Wow, Gary, full race. Oh my gosh, man, never had a caution. No, which is, I'm sure that probably made you happy. You know, you didn't want to see a caution with that big lead you had.
No, I didn't want to. No, not with that lead.
So talk about the race a little bit. It took you a little while to get to the lead, but then after you got it, man, you just pulled away.
Yeah. I was kind of just riding there with Michael, kind of riding there with Paul and Frank, and I don't know, somebody had a little issue there. I think it was Frank, not sure. And I was just kind of riding and see how they were and see how like a competition was. And me and Michael went in the pits there, and I'm not really quite sure what happened to Michael. I had a really good pit stop there. I came through there. I was gone.
Yeah, well, we noticed that.
Pulled the lead on
We
Mike.
noticed. You checked out after that. Man, oh man. There was no
Thanks, Frank.
no slowing
Yeah,
you down, was there?
We had a lot of fun. Me and Mike.
Well, we figured out, okay, we can't buy shellac at Home Depot or Lowe's or Walmart anymore. So we've got to start getting it from Sherwin-Williams, I guess. The only place. Yeah.
They might have a certain
Well, you
brand
led
we need.
45 laps here tonight, winning at Indianapolis, Gary. We know you always run good here, but man, before you get out of here, now you guys go to Kansas next week. How do you feel about that?
Oh, that's an awesome track.
It's
I like that.
super
That should be
speedway
interesting.
racing, pack racing.
Yeah, I think it would be download, and I think eventually we migrate
Yeah.
up to the top
Yeah.
there, and yeah, I think that's usually
Yep.
the usual thing
Can't
around that
pass.
racetrack.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's going to be tough.
All right. Well, who you got to
Looking
thank
forward
for
to it.
tonight's win then, Gary?
Well, I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting this all the time. You guys, you and Wayne, Rudy, you guys do an awesome job, and I appreciate it. I'd like to thank Lucky Dog Racing, MaxspeedTV, Michael Pegg. He really does a great job. I really appreciate everything he does for this whole league. I'd like to thank my family, my kids, for letting me go out here and do this every night. So I love them, and thank you.
All right, Gary. See you next week, brother. Go celebrate that win. All
Thank
right, Dwayne, you got second?
Yes, sir. Michael Pegg, man, a great race for you. Started fourth, had the lead for a while. Something happened to you on pit road there. We never did see what, but You bring it home second. You're going to gap some of the guys who finished behind you. Talk about your racing a little bit out there tonight.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a tight setup. It was loose and tight. It was kind of a crazy setup. But yeah, it was good. And then I just took it easy. I was going for the championship. I wasn't necessarily going for a win because once Gary, this is his track, so there's no point in pushing. I knew once he got up front, he'd be gone.
Now, well, you look good out there. Got a little bit of a luck charm there in house with you with the broadcast there. But how do you feel going to Kansas next week?
It's good. It looks good. If we can get a top 5 there and stay out of trouble, that'll be real good.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we will let you get out of here. But before we do, who do you got to thank for second place?
I want to thank all the guys at Lucky Dog for coming out. I want to thank all you guys at MaxspeedTV. I want to thank all the regulators. I want to thank Tracy, Molly, and Cash.
Dang, did you just hear to that lightning? Holy
Yeah.
smoke.
And all our sponsors.
All right. Well, we will let you go so you can get out before the thunderstorm gets too bad. And congratulations. Good luck next week.
Everybody, thank you.
Paul Witt,
Rudy
you got a
Guthrie.
copy.
Yes, sir,
Dang,
Rudy. How
man,
you
I'm
doing?
telling you what, you never could get back up there to them guys, could you?
No, I got some damage on that first run, and Gary started pulling away, and I came in, and I didn't use a fast repair, which I should have, because all I did was kiss the wall. It was a 0X, but once I got the tires changed and got back out there, I knew I was in trouble.
I know it's hard to believe that just a slight tap in the wall like that can make that much of a difference. You know, it's just hard to imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, because Gary just kept pulling away from me, and then I just had to ride that set out. And when I did pit, I pitted at lap 48, and I knew I was going to be close, but I had to do something to get back up there to jump a couple of guys or whatever. So I did that, and I ran out at the start-finish line.
No matter what, the fiber optic construction car did very well tonight. So third place for you. And I think this is probably going to keep you second in points, or it's going to probably put you second in points. And Gary, I don't know. Gary may pass you. I don't know. It's going to be really close there, but it's going to put you and Michael Pegg and Gary right on top of one another.
Yeah, it's gonna be a battle to the end. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be on vacation over the 4th of July, so I'm gonna be missing that race. So it kind of boots me out of the championship run. But you know what? I'm gonna just give it all I got and see where the cards
That's all you can do right now at this point, man. So, well, you guys go to Kansas next week. How do you feel about that? And what do you think your chances are of winning there, knowing that it's going to be tough to pass?
Yeah, it's going to be tough to pass. I mean, I'm going to have something happen to Peg and something happen to Gary for me to get up in there. I mean, because man, they're tough up there. I mean, even Frank's going to be up there with us, and Travis. I'm sure Travis is going to be there with us too. And Dave's been running very well. Anybody can get up in there. So. Any one of us, so it's going to be a good battle.
All right, buddy. Well, who you got to thank for your third place then tonight?
Well, I got to thank the good Lord above. I got to thank my wife and my mom. They're watching, and happy birthday to my brother. Today's his birthday, so happy birthday to him. And thank you guys for broadcasting. You guys do a really good job of broadcasting, and love going back and watching my mistakes on the broadcast. So, and all the Lucky Dog guys here, and especially Frank, he pushed me back around to the finish line here, or otherwise I'd have been sitting on the back
Run out of fuel?
I ran out of the fuel.
Oh my gosh! You talk about cutting it close.
Yeah, right at the line. I was saving fuel that last run. Once Peg started drifting from me, I was just saving fuel and keeping the distance from Travis. Just managing that distance, and You know, that last lap I really had to let off, and he was coming, and I was like, well, I'm either gonna run out or and yeah, I ran out just at the start finish line, right at the
All right,
end.
Paul. Well, we'll see you back next week, brother. Congratulations on third.
All right, thanks,
Yes, sir.
Rudy. Appreciate it.
All right, Dwayne, let's
User left your channel.
run down through the final results here.
Absolutely. And just a quick update. Heading into Kansas, Rudy, Michael Pegg now has a 20-point lead over Gary Slapinski and Paul Witt, who are tied for second.
Interesting. Oh, I knew it's going to be pretty close right in there. Wow, that's amazing. All right, Gary Slapinski coming home with the win here tonight. I got to get this set up. Sorry, I'm a little behind. Gary Slapinski winning. Michael Pegg finishing second. Paul Witt in third. Travis Turnmeyer fourth. Jacob Edson fifth. He did pass Gasman, man. Because Gasman ran. Gasman finishing in sixth place. Dave Casey is seventh. John Schooneman eighth. Dirty Don Davis ninth. Gary Whitmer Sr. 10th. Joel Guy 11th. Chris Hogue 12th. I guess that was it. Yep. 12 drivers.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Wow. All right. Well, again, congratulations to our winner here tonight, Gary Slapinski. Thank you all for joining us. And Dwayne, thank you so much for helping. Appreciate it. And folks, until next time, stay safe and have a good night.